see how to simply add products to your cart, and we'll see the logic and Dart code behind it. Now here's the thing that I'm doing over here. As I click on this, the items are added in the cart. As you can see, the price changes and the number changes, right? Now how to do that? Of course, the first thing first, you have to create a product model. So this is a product model, and it's very complex, a lot of information, but anyway, it could be very simple to very complex one. Well, next step. And the next thing you have to do over here is declaring a temporary list. So over here, as you can see, we have Rx list because we are using getX. So our list is Rx list. But if you use block or other type, most probably it would be pure list. Okay. Now Rx list makes your list observable, which means if you take an item or edit it, we'd see it on the UI. So you have to declare this list using your model. Now once that is done, you have to create a method. Over here, our method name is add cart. As you can see from the name that it stands for adding item in our cart. Now, at the same time, this function should have a parameter. Parameter should take a model, the model that we have created over here early. Now, each of the model represents a product over here. Now, if you have like say 10 products, 10 items, and each of them they'll have a product model, and each model will have an ID. So remember earlier we declared a list. Now first we'll see this item, the ID, whether we can find it in the list. So for this one we are using where method. So we are going through all the items in this list, and we are looking for if there is already one or not. If there is already one, then it would return non-empty, but if it is not found, it would return empty array. So this is what we save over here. So we check whether it is empty or not. If it is empty, all right. So here inside this model, we have a property called num. We assign num to 1, and then this item, the one that we have passed, we add it. We add it to the list that we have observable list. All right. Okay. That's the first basic logic. But of course, there could be tons of things that we could do even before we start to do it, because you also want to see how many items you have available in your stock. So you will have over here different kind of API call, but for simplicity, we're just not doing that for now. So second time, if you want to click on this or add the same item, of course, we'll see that over here, it would return as a true, which means that, well, there is an item found for the same product ID in our list. So it would fall to this condition, okay? Now remember, if it falls to this condition, if you click on this button, this method gets called. So num, which is this one, we should add one more value to it because the same product we are adding twice, okay? All right, so if previously it was 1, then we are adding another 1. So this num would become 2 if you click it second time. And then we are updating it over here as well so that we can store the updated value in our observable list. All right, okay. And after that, of course, we can do tons of other things, like for example, we are storing our data in our local storage. In this case, we are using get storage package. And then because we have this observable list, so we are using getX, so we need to actually refresh the data. So that's what we did over here, and these are other subsequent things that we can do. So that's the basic idea. So once your method is ready, so from your UI, so this is our UI, and for this button over here, this is the on tap event. So we are just simply calling cart store to add cart. This is the method that we have added over here early. And at the same time, we are passing a product model. So this is our product model. The product model is seen over here. All right, so that's the basic logic.